is eye-opening, mind-broadening. To Italy, where the mighty Roman Empire still lives on in majestic, broken monuments, where one man decrees to millions how they should live their lives. To disobey could mean an afterlife of suffering, and why not? To Indonesia, land in the ring of fire, its volcanoes feared and revered, source of burning, smoky death and fertile soil, dwellings for the gods, gods for whom all is prepared, temples, lofty, ornate chairs, baskets of flowers, in case they should visit, and why not? To Australia, encircled by shining coral reefs, broad sandy beaches, and the bluest oceans, where kangaroos bound through the gum trees and across boundless deserts. Koalas munch on their eucalyptus leaves, while kookaburras laugh in the treetops, and Aboriginal people still believe in the dream time, and everyone else can believe whatever they want, and why not? To China, where the clock and drum towers mark the flow of time, where the Great Wall still stands, witness to a heroic, brutal past, where religion is ancestor worship, where the living can still marry the dead, and why not? To Mexico, where mariachi bands will play for you all night, where simple jewelry is spread on blankets in the plaza, where Days of the Dead is a celebration as the dead pierce the thin veil between life and death, to drink their favorite drink, to eat their favorite food, provided by loving families, and why not? Back home in America, with the mind expanded, with tolerant attitudes reinforced, is it possible to accept and respect the opinions and beliefs of others, yet not adopting them yourself? And if not, why not? The next one is called Ministry of Presence. What can I say to you as you lie dying? What can I say now your time is near? I am silent as the night. No words of comfort come to me. There are no words the heart can use. Words are so trite, so inadequate. When most needed, they fail me. I need music. Where music ends, where words end, music begins. But I have no music. Confronted by death, I am dumb. My friend, you say, just hold my hand. All the words in the world, all the music of the world are in your touch and in your presence. They tell me that you care, that I am not alone. That is all I need to know. The next one is called The Anchoress, and it's about Lady Julian of Norwich in England. And I picked her because, when I was writing about women, because that area of the country is where all my family come from. Julian of Norwich was neither saint nor nun. Anchoress, they called her, and they sought her in her cell. For there she spent her life in prayer, and frugal was her fare. Her bed was but a simple pad upon the stony floor. They came to seek her good advice, to beg her for her prayers, for guidance on the spiritual path, unburden woes and cares. She welcomed each with grace and love. No one was turned away. However difficult their plight, she'd comfort them her way. She said God's love was everywhere, and all things would be well. Her words have echoed down the years. We still can see her cell. Her message rings as true today. We need it just as much as people in those far-off times who felt her loving touch. And the next one is called Sky Wars, the bird and friendship subject. What was that talking, all the squawking up there in the sky? Right overhead, a little bird was having a hard time. A hawk had spied her soft-lined nest. She knew he meant no good. She had no doubt of his intent to make her babes his food. Frantically she dove and pecked, a fury in the air. Her mother's instinct to protect had overcome her fear. Suddenly from all around an angry flock appeared. The feathers flew, the hawk withdrew, soared up and disappeared. This story holds some good advice that you should not deny. To overcome adversity, just have your friends come by. Oh, and this one, I don't think I've read it to you before, but anyway, I'm going to read it again. It's Ballad of the Lost Mum, and it's sort of my son talking. When Mum gets lost in Richmond and doesn't know the way, late at night my phone goes beep. I know just what she'll say. Son, I made a wrong turn. I've done my very best, but I don't know what's north or south, or maybe east or west. I'm somewhere down on Broad Street. A sign says VCU, but I don't know which way to go. Please tell me what to do. I give her good directions, but see her car fly by. I wave and shout without result, and give up with a sigh. I wait for the next phone call and pray she'll still be close. I'm on a street called Lombardy. I must have missed your house. I gently say, turn round, Mum, and turn your lights up bright. Come 6 blocks, you'll see me, and we'll get to bed tonight. And this one is called The Messengers, inspired by a story I heard on the radio. So I don't claim for the idea. A little girl was curious to know some more about a man called Jesus Christ. Her father said, that man lived long ago. His message was that we treat all with love. One Sunday when in church, she chanced to see a crucifix displayed upon the wall. Who's that? She asked. It's Jesus, said her dad. Why did they kill him? It makes me so sad. They feared his message, thought it would bring strife. They nailed him to a cross, and so he died. Her father said, which gave her food for thought. How could they kill one who preached only love? One day she had holiday from school. Her daddy took her to the library. A picture of a handsome man hung there. Who's he? She asked her dad. What did he do? That's Martin Luther King, her dad replied. He led the march to justice for all folks, so blacks and whites could live lives without fear, and all could share the blessings of our land. He said that from the mountaintop he saw a land where all were treated equally, where all were judged by character, not skin. Oh, Daddy, did they kill him too? She cried. And then this is from year to year, which is like the old year talking to the new year. I'm tired, my son. Tired of this world, of its wars, its poverty, its hunger, its hatreds. I'm weary with trying not to lose my belief in the goodness of mankind. Soon I will lay down my burden, I will pass it to you and rest. They will ring you in with joy and songs. Be not deceived, my son. Soon the world will return to its conflicts and oppressions. You can only bear this turmoil if, like a drowning man clutching a straw, you keep faith with a belief in the fundamental goodness of mankind. And this is the little, called it Ode to the Ornaments. It's time to dress the Christmas tree, to to unpack all the ornaments. Lovingly we set them free, to once again make us content. As hanging high on branches green, they glitter among coloured lights, invite us to sit down and gaze, as though this were the first time seen, the most enthralling of all sights. They never cease us to thus amaze. We love the brightly gleaming balls, fake apples, chains of golden beads, angels white and dancing dolls, each one again our memory feeds. The photos of those youngsters peer from frames they made of ice cream sticks, while larger balls, green, red and blue, display their names, those names so dear. And still in that eclectic mix I see more treasures, old and new. There's Super Grover, a new find, a silver cap and helmet too. He's modern, yet still Muppet kind, and once my children's hearts did woo. Two bears wear proudly scarf and hat of gold and green, or red, white and red. Two colleges they represent. For some long time content I sat, as memories chased through my head, rekindled by each ornament. And the last one is Song to Corn. I was reading a book called The Omnivore's Dilemma. And it's based on a song, two guys back in England in the 50s and 60s, Donald Swann and Michael Flanders had a show together, and they had one song which was called the Hippopotamus's Love Song. And it went mud, mud, glorious mud. There's nothing quite like it for cooling the blood. So, Song to Corn. Corn, corn, glorious corn, you wave and you rustle in fields you adorn. Tassels up high with kernels below. Self-propagation is all that you know. Corn, corn, ubiquitous corn. Wherever you're planted, we know that you'll spawn. You cover the pastures where cattle once roamed. You spread just as fast as if you were cloned. Corn, corn, versatile corn. Glucose and fructose from you we can form. Alcohol, ethanol, MSG too. There's no end to the substances we get from you. Corn, corn, treacherous corn. You're making us fat in so many forms. Considered by many a wondrous source. That meat I just ate, you were in every course. Corn, corn, delicious corn. You no more serve the purpose for which you were born. Fresh, crisp and sweet, you came fresh from the field. Now processing swallows the crops that you yield. Thank you.